Well, our next caller is Vishal from Punjab. Good evening, Vishal. What's your question?
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm Vishal. I'm currently pursuing a bachelor degree in the business administration.
Okay.
But in future I want to go for the MBA. I'm confusing that in which stream I will go, whether in marketing, finance, IT. But I have interest in the marketing. That's why I feel I want to go for the marketing.
Okay, Vishal, you must be having some internships during your BBA period. Do you have to do some work in an organization for 2 months, 3 months? Do you do any such projects?
There is no such product yet, but in future we will have a training purpose for that.
Okay, well, the purpose of doing these internships or projects is for you to understand which fields you enjoy, what marketing is, what finance is, apart from the theory that you learn in the college. So even if your college is not arranging for such a job, you should go out and find it for yourself, get some experience. Doesn't matter what they pay you. Do make sure that you get this kind of practical exposure. And secondly, I would always advise that after BBA, you should work for 1 or 2 years and then go for MBA. Don't just jump immediately from BBA to MBA, because I think you'll definitely gain more from the MBA if you have some work experience. Right?
Okay,
All the way. Yeah.
Okay, excuse me?
Yeah. Yes.
Ma'am, currently I'm taking the class project on the marketing-based concept. It is helpful for me in the future.
Yeah, class projects, Vishal, are always useful from knowledge point of view, but a practical project, a hands-on project, if you go to a company and they give you something to do which is actually on the field, on the job, that has much more learning value for you, and it also has a lot of value on your CV. So go out and do that. All the very best.
Okay, very thanks.
Well, remember, if you have any query on careers, do pick up the phone right now and call us on 022-4098-7300. You can also SMS us on 59995 or email at oncall@utvnet.com. Stay tuned, we'll be back after a very short break. Welcome back. You're watching the Stay Hungry show on Bloomberg UTV. If you have any career-related query, this is your chance to get some expert advice. Pick up the phone right now and call the number flashing on your screen, 022-4098-7300. Well, today I also have Dharmaraj Iyer, CEO of Harmony at Work with me. And I have a few questions which I'm sure many of you viewers have been asking yourselves, which is really how can we, Dharmaraj, can you give 3 tips to us on how we can create harmony at work, be happier and more productive at work?
Well, I had a feeling you were going to ask that. Let me read to you from this article by Swami Kriyananda that's on our blog. Politeness is something people often reserve for strangers or for people that they meet only seldom. It will help to keep the machinery of your daily relations running smoothly if you are polite also to those people you work with on an everyday basis. Make a point to look consciously for good qualities in your colleagues. In disagreements, try to see also their point of view. When you win a point, never beat them down by saying, "I told you so." Give them a graceful way out. Be kind to your fellow workers. Help them whenever they need it or whenever an opportunity presents itself. If you act in this way, they will respond to you in kind. A pleasant atmosphere in the workplace will bring blessings to everyone who works there.
Such beautiful words, and I hope all of you who are listening to that put that into practice in your daily life. Well, we move on to our next caller now, Nayan, who's calling from Kolkata. Good evening, Nayan. What's your query?
Good evening. I am a +2 student. I have passed +2 in science stream.
Okay.
I want to do a CPL course. If you please tell me which is the best where I can do that.
Commercial pilot course.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have done science in +2.
Yeah.
Well, ma'am, there are, you must be aware of, the Indira Gandhi Academy in Raebareli. That's the original flying course in India really was the government-sponsored course. But now there are many, many academies all over India. And, of course, you have to be very careful about enrolling in these academies. You have to make sure that you get the correct amount of flying time and that the flying instructors are of the good quality. But do remember, Nayan, that you have to invest about 15 to 25 lakh rupees on this kind of a license. Are you aware that, you do have the financial capability?
Yeah.
Okay. And secondly, you can also look at courses abroad. I mean, there are many students who go abroad and do these courses, and it's almost comparable to India. You can go to Australia, you can go to Philippines, you can go to the US. So these are some of the options. I don't have a ready list with me here right now, but if you email me, I can definitely send you maybe 4 or 5 recommendations. So do drop us an email at our email ID. Right, ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have another email query from Sonia in Mumbai. She was recently laid off at work. Her boss cited poor performance as a reason, even though she has always been a conscientious worker. And it's simply because the company is not doing well. Well, she's feeling extremely depressed, and I want to ask Dharmaraj, what should somebody like Sonia do in this situation?
Well, hi Sonia. I'm very sorry to hear that. It sounds like you've been treated unfairly and unkindly. You know, in these situations, it's best to stick to the truth, as you've put it. You are a conscientious worker, and the company is going through bad times, and it's their loss. So now, nowadays, my colleague Haridas and I meet a lot of people who have been laid off of work. And one thing Haridas says, which I find a lot of inspiration, is to remember that your next job is already waiting for you. All the people there are looking for you just as much as you're looking for them. They need your talents, they need your help, and so they're calling to you. So in your job search, put out energy. As Yogananda used to say, shake this world until it has to give you a job. Send out emails, make phone calls, make posts to LinkedIn and Twitter, Facebook. Again, put out as much energy as you can. And then when you're waiting for replies, visualize these new friends of yours who are calling to you and mentally call back to them saying, we need to find each other.
Well, Sonia, I hope that you are aware that there is a wonderful job waiting for you out there, and anybody who's in such a situation, do remember that there is a lot of wonderful things waiting for you out there. We move on now to our next caller. That's Anish calling in from Kerala. Good evening, Anish. What's your query?
Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, actually I finished my MSc Biotechnology, and I wanted to know that should I do my PhD, if that is necessary, and if yes, should I do it in India or outside? And my second question will be, like, what are my other options other than PhD for doing for my career in life science?
Okay.
And as a fresher, what all qualities are people looking, like life science industry looking?
Okay.
That's all I wanted to know.
Okay, Anish, I think I'm happy to know that you've done an MSc in biotechnology, because we get many people who call and saying I've done BSc and I don't really want to pursue the master's course. So I'm assuming that if you've done MSc, you're actually interested in biotechnology as a career, as a field. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I would say that there are job opportunities after MSc itself, and perhaps you could try some of these options. But of course, if you do a PhD in this field, then your market value and the amount that you can contribute and the kind of research that you can do will definitely be of a much higher level. And personally, I do feel that you should go abroad and do your PhD. I'm sure you would be able to get into a good college along with some funding and support, so you wouldn't have to spend from your own pocket. I do think that the kind of advances happening in biotechnology and in genetic engineering and these kind of fields in countries like US, it may be worthwhile for you to go there and learn and really expose yourself to that. And of course you could come back and then work in India. But of course you'll have to give various exams and go through the whole application procedure. Right, Anish? Well, we'll go in for a quick break now. Remember, if you have any query on careers, pick up the phone right now and call us on 02240987300. You can also SMS us on 59995 or email at oncall@utbi.com. Stay tuned. We'll be back after a very short break.